The focus for banks this earnings season is what deposit levels are like. With many major banks offering low interest rate levels on deposits, despite higher yielding bonds, and you can see here that US 10-year bond yields at 3.41%, but many deposit levels are sub 1%. So are depositors in the US going to be moving their accounts in search of better returns? That's one major focus ahead of this earnings season. Now, the danger for US banks is that they could face a liquidity crunch if too many investors seek to withdraw too much cash at the same time. So there are risks this earnings season that banks see further selling as investors digest their earnings. Just take a look at the Bank of America seasonals. You can see that over the last 25 years that the stock has tended towards falls with an average return of 3.68%. So it does tend to fall during these summer months. And that is also reflected by the Bank of New York Mellon. Bank of America has their earnings on Tuesday, April 18th, alongside the Bank of New York Mellon. And then Morgan Stanley have their earnings on Wednesday, April 19th. So if we just compare the Bank of New York here, what you can see, it has a very similar sideways to negative seasonal pattern as the Bank of America. And if we look at Morgan Stanley, we can see a very similar pattern here as well, just tending towards a period of summer weakness. So seasonally, all three of these banks, with their earnings due to be released, are entering a slower time of year as shown by their seasonals. So could we see some downside if there are worrying signs about deposit levels over their earnings? Major trade risks. The major trade risk here is that the earnings continue to surprise to the upside and deposit levels stay stable. Remember, HYCM clients can access the SeasonX product in order to analyze over 25,000 different currency pairs, indices, commodities, as well as individual stocks. Please do contact your account manager for a free trial to get started right away. Certain products and services mentioned herein may or may not be available to all clients, depending on which HYCM Capital Markets Group, the entity their trading account adheres to.